Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 78 of the 72 review. Looking forward to this one. Well, I say I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be going on a decent rant when we come to Doncaster Rovers. Not a great weekend for Ian, a slightly better weekend for Jake, a much better weekend. I will go around and introduce everybody in a short while, but I want to start this video off sending our condolences from the 72 review to the West Bromwich Albion fan that sadly lost their life at the game yesterday. Nobody should go to a game and not return home. So yeah, not very nice to read that yesterday on the social media pages. Thoughts and prayers go out to their family. Not nice news. And I think we'll start there. I'll introduce Jake, Punk Chef 41. Let people know who you are, what you do, and why you do it. And by all means, say a few words on that, because I know Chef Wednesday have been a little bit on the response and stuff.
Yeah, just on the thing yesterday, let's not turn it into point going stuff like that. At the end of the day, someone's lost their lives, and let's be respectful. We know what my team stadium's history is. There's no need to bring it up, the kind of thing. It's not worth it. Let's be respectful. I remember there's a family now who's lost a loved one and not another seat at the table. And you've got to think of them and think of it like that. I'm sick of seeing it on Twitter of some of the point going or trying to make things about it. So let's try and be respectful and be nice. I'm Punk Chef 41. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan channel. I talk about everything Wednesday, when it's good, when it's bad, when it's ugly, when referees sometimes go on our side, like this weekend, which is nice. But I also co-host the Talking Wednesday podcast, which is out every Sunday at about 1 o'clock. And we also talk about Wednesday, and we just have a really good chat. And I'm a lot happier today. And today I'm not in pain, so great.
Yeah, you are the happier of the three of them. It's great to see you not in pain as well. Below us is Ian. Introduce yourself. Let people know who you are, what you do, and why you do it, mate.
I'm Ian. I'm a 62-year-old Rotherham season ticket holder. It's a bit difficult to be a season ticket holder right at this present moment in time. But when we're away, as part of my therapy, I travel the country vlogging for my own YouTube channel. And I was at Hull City against Cardiff City yesterday and really enjoyed it.
Took a decent one in, to be fair, 4-1 in that one. We will touch on that shortly. If you are new to the channel, get your comments in the chat. It does drive conversation. And I will quickly nip through the chat, see if anybody's in. Lucy saw me in the West Stand yesterday. You should have said hello. I don't bite. Disappointed that Donny lost. The referee wanted to give it all to Chesterfield. We'll get into that shortly. Who else have we got in? We have got
I did
Neil.
see something about your ref on Instagram about him being a Wednesdayite or something.
Yeah, Wednesday fan. I don't think that has any impact on the quality of the decisions that he was making yesterday, but you never know. ATID, very happy with Plymouth's result on Friday night. We've got Neil as well saying hello to everybody. We've got Finley in the chat. It was great to see him Tuesday night against Manchester United under 21s as well. Who else have we got? We've got the Newport fan James when a crew turning up. We've got Sue Lincoln fan. Evening, lads. Bailey's first goal for us. What a passionate young lad he is. Plays beyond his age. Nearly as passionate about Daniel and yesterday's ref. Yeah, she must have seen the vlog that I put out. It was passionate is a great word for it. Let's get into it. I think we'll start in League Two. And we'll start at Doncaster Rovers.
18 Dapper, your therapy session can start now.
Okay, what I want to say about this, first and foremost, Doncaster Rovers simply weren't good enough. We didn't show up to the game from minute 1 to the final minute, really. Last 10 minutes, maybe. We had something about us, but it was a big crowd again. A relatively local derby. I just expect a lot more from the club or from the squad, and we weren't at the races. And we've said it a few times on the show, when I think it's normally when Bradford come to town that we expect a really good performance from the team, and it just wasn't there. Credit to Chesterfield, they brought the game to us, but at the same time I feel like had we had the rub of the green and not been so petulant or frustrated and made stupid decisions as individuals, then it could have been a very different game. The first half, very stop-start. Literally any sort of foul, any sort of touch on a player, if they went down, the referee was blowing and giving it. There were a couple of occasions, Jay McGrath, it's a very robust challenge, but he's won all of the ball. It's been, for me, it's a very good challenge. The referee's blown up straight away, giving him a yellow card, free kick to Chesterfield, and I thought it was one of the most perfectly timed challenges you'll see at a football game. That was kind of the running theme for the first half, and I don't think I was alone in that thought process. I mean, the full stadium was singing that it was 1-0 to the referee when Chesterfield got the first goal. It came from a very soft free kick, but
good finish.
Yeah, having said that, we've got to defend it, and the defensive frailties. We've conceded 12. It's the most in the top 10 of League Two, so that is an area where it needs to improve. We're just simply not good enough at the minute. And it was well whipped in by Mandeville. Shea Dunkley got on the end of it, great header, 1-0. And then just before half-time, Molyneux has been caught. I've seen a replay of it, and for me, there's the contact 100%. Doesn't get anything. Goes to the referee after the half-time whistle is blown. We don't know what he said. He might have gone up and been abusive or foul or whatever. The referee's deemed it as a yellow card. He's booked him. It wasn't surrounded. It was from where I was sat. It looked like Luke had just gone up and asked basically why he'd not given the decision. But we don't know what he said. So maybe he deserved the yellow card. Maybe he didn't. Straight after half time, we've changed the shape. We've gone to 3 at the back, 5 in the midfield, and 2 up front. Billy Sharp's come on. And we started really positively. And Luke Molyneux's made a run 4 minutes in. I think he's run from behind the defence. I think he's onside. Lino's flagged him. I think that Lino must have had Viagra in his flag because it was constantly up. But yeah, he's turned around. He's looked at him. Whistle's been blown. He's kicked it into the back of the net. Paddy Madden's been booked in the first half for something exactly the same. 2 yellow cards, you're on your way, and it's a silly. I think it's out of frustration more than anything from the decisions that were being given in the first half, but it doesn't excuse him. It's stupid.
I think the thing that you kind of go with, at least he's been consistent. If he'd done it for one, he'd done it for another.
Yeah.
We have both
exactly
in the path where you want to see that.
Is a double yellow? Is it just a 1-match ban?
Yeah, so he's only out for the Barrow game on Tuesday by the looks of it. Yeah. But it gave us a mountain to climb. I thought had Molyneux stayed on the pitch, it was 11 against 11. The change of shape, I think we'd have got back into it. But it's all ifs, buts and maybes, because then the lino on the other side is flagged for offside. Our players have stopped. He's then put his flag back down. Plays carried on. It's ended up being a corner, and from that resulting corner, it bounces up. It hits Yeboah's arm. I don't think he's in really an unnatural position, but the referee's deemed it as an advantage from it hitting his arm. Just give a penalty. Paddy Madden slots it away nice and easily. 2-0 down to 10 men. That's game over. And then 85th minute, there's a bit of a coming together in the box, and it looks like Tom Anderson headbutts Shea Dunkley, but it looks like Shea Dunkley's putting his head into Tom Anderson as well. So it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And the referee deems it that Tom Anderson's the worst off and straight red, so that's 3-match ban. And then James Berry, fantastic bit of football, puts it through McGrath's legs, slots it in, job done.
To be quite honest, I've seen a lot of League Two this season, and that Berry for Chesterfield is one of the players of the season for me.
Yeah,
very
good player. He came off of the bench and just had a bit of fun with us, especially down to 10 men. But you look at the stats, and it was a relatively even game possession wise. To say that we were down to 10 men for the majority of a half, and then down to 9 for 10 minutes, including added time, there's not much in it possession wise. Chesterfield have passed the air out of the ball compared to us, but shots wise, we've had the one shot on target. That's disappointing, but we've created 7 chances. Chesterfield have created 6.
If you think about it as well, you went the entire the second half pretty much with 10 men.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's better chances came with 10 when we had 10 men. So
yeah,
I'm hoping Grant gets them in, and they'll look at that and they'll see what they've done wrong and where they've gone wrong, and hopefully we get a response on Tuesday. But yeah, it's certainly one to move on from.
You've probably got now, like everyone got this week, is that this is where the football starts going into 2 games a week. And when they start going into 2 games a week, that's where you're going to see what your strength for your squad is, how fit are you, how are you actually able to do Tuesday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Sunday, or whatever, or even in League 2 case, Thursday, Sunday. And I think you're going to have an issue where you're going to find out who's really up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
How strong your squad is.
Yeah. Hopefully, we show that our squad is pretty strong. Obviously, Anderson and Molyneux are out on Tuesday, so we'll see who replaces them. I think it'll be Olowu and McGrath at the back. And
don't even bother trying to appeal them.
No.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, they're both definite Reds. So, yeah, just a frustrating day all round, really, especially because for me, it's getting a big crowd in again and kind of fans that are probably coming and thinking, oh, shall we come and see another game? And then they just see that where we've not turned up, we've not put on a good show for it, or we've not really given ourselves a good account of ourselves. You
kind of had that thing when it's going really well, the crowds are not there, but when you had the games, like with where Donny is as a place and as a city, because it's not a town now, because I keep getting told off by my sister for that one. But as a city, it needs its football team to do well, it feels. Yeah. And it feels like because it's a one town team, it does dictate the way of how the entire city feels. Yeah. I've been in the city when they got on a massive losing streak. Donny Town Centre is horrible.
Yeah.
If they're on a winning streak,
horrible all the time, Jack.
Well, I'll be nice, but you're not wrong. But when it is on a winning streak, people say hello. People want to have a chat. Yeah. You can go into a pub and have a conversation with somebody you knows at the games. Where if they're losing, you just sit there in silence. He goes, "I'll work. I've missed it. Done. You had your pint. You bugger off."
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, it was one of those days yesterday. Very frustrating. But hopefully, move on, hit the ground running again on Tuesday, and beat Barrow, who are doing particularly well themselves at the start of this season.
To go, I know Donny terrible. I'm from it.
I think next we will go to Newport because we've got James in the chat. Good win yesterday after poor 3 games. Defended really well apart from the goal. Looking forward to Tuesday versus Salford at home. Newport, we were unsure of them, weren't we? Because obviously the manager that was untested at this level and in English football, really. But not doing too bad to start with.
No.
Got and play okay football. I think Newport.
Hadn't Crewe won? Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Hadn't Crewe won 4 on the trot before this one? I'm sure they had.
Something like that, yeah.
Have a quick look. Yes, they had.
Yeah, they had, yeah.
So
4 on the trot. So yeah, good win for Newport.
You look at it that way; it's quite an even game. So Crewe probably feel a little bit done by with it, but at the same time, it sounds like Newport just took their chances.
Yeah, first goal was a beauty as well.
It really was.
Very, very good goal. That's Newport done. Ian, we'll go with you. Any game that stood out for you?
We've got to go to the new leaders, haven't we, Gillingham?
Yes.
And that was a hell of a result, that, against Barrow. Again, even on stats, but Gills have taken a good scalp there.
And they beat league leaders last week as well, didn't they? So for me, Gillingham are setting themselves up for a really positive season. We thought they'd be kind of in and around the mix in League 2.
Neither of us were impressed with them at the Eco Power, were we? Really?
No. But since then, they seem to have kicked on a little bit, don't they? I mean, Neil says
the only thing that can disrupt Gillingham is Gillingham.
Yeah.
Because we've had it with them last season where they were flying, and they were looking like they're going to do well and go for it, and then something happens in boardroom level to manager level, and it ruins it. If they can just leave him to do what he's doing it'll be helpful for them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I always they are that team in League Two that I always think what the next banner gonna be. For whatever reason, they don't seem to have got it right that you just leave someone in charge.
It's going too well. Where's me?
Yeah.
Where's me?
Mark's hit the nail on the head, hasn't he? Table changes after December. Some drop out like Notts did last season, or
I mean, that was
end
To be
line
dramatic.
fair,
like
though,
Wembley.
Notts again, because they lost the manager. I think if they kept Williams, they would have gone up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
segue
probably
to Notts, actually. Morecambe, Jake. Can't seem to buy a win at the minute, can they? I mean,
I'll be honest with you, I am flabbergasted that they are still managing to keep going as a club when you read everything that's going on about them, which I'm happy for, by the way. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're still going because I don't want to see any club go under. But you think you get that 1-0 in 2 minutes, like, right. But a 1-0 for that long is a hard goal line if you don't go another 2. Like they always say 2-1, 2-0 is probably the hardest lead to keep. 1-0 when you're not really
1-0 is.
Yeah. Good goal by Notts County to level it. And if you actually look at the stats, Morecambe probably a bit more of the better team if you look for shots on target, but that's 63 possession. Like when you've got a team that have that much possession, it knackers you out as an opposition team. Because you're chasing shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dale's a county fan, and he said that Morecambe are a big team, awkward to play against, and they were awkward to play against when they came to the Eco Power. We only beat them 1-0, and they were a well drilled, well organised team, but they've not lost by massive margins, and they are in games. But like you say, Jake, the possession, they're quite happy to allow other teams to have the ball, but they just seem fairly solid.
They are missing a hard bastard in midfield.
Yeah.
They're just missing that person who can just step in, take the ball, move it on a counter.
I mean, look, they've conceded the least in the bottom 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Least
goals
in the bottom 5. They're just struggling to find the back of the net, aren't
they? They never really replaced Stockton, though, did they? Like, be honest.
No. I think it was a once in a generation for our club, Stockton, because he was scoring from halfway line and everything, weren't it?
The thing is, he could have had the season like Mullen had, where he got on and carried on. I think it just wherever he's been after that hasn't really gone right.
It's not really slotted in anywhere since then.
No.
So
he's at Barrow now. Is he at Barrow? I don't know where he is now. Stockton.
I know he was at Burton last season.
Somebody Google it.
I think he's at Barrow. Neil's in the chat. And Gar, I believe Gar's
is it Salford? Is it Salford?
Salford. Oh, right.
Harrogate, one of those teams, Ian, that we look at and think they're punching above the weight, and they have been for some time, but they continue to bloody noses, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that would have surprised when they beat Rovers, but to beat Bradford as well.
It weren't, Ian. They're one of our bogey teams. They always beat us.
But you've got to take your hat off to them. They've got. I mean, the facilities are a bit basic. They've got probably one of the lowest budgets in the entire EFL, but they still keep producing results, and you've got to admire them for that.
Let's just call it they like beating Yorkshire teams.
Yeah, probably.
They play well when they're the underdogs.
The thing is, Harrogate's weird because in the Championship you got Preston and Bristol as that team who's mid-table.
The mid-table team.
Harrogate seems to be that team who's like bottom half mid-table. They're in and around that bit, but they're happy just to be there.
Yeah,
exactly. I think they're happy just to be an EFL club.
Yeah, and there's something about that I like, though. There's something about that. It's like, we're EFL. I don't care. We're still up.
Gar's put a comment. Let me just catch up with the comments here. Neil's put last 10 games versus Harrogate, we've lost 7.
That record that Garth put in, that's ridiculous.
Gars put the
Yeah.
ridiculous record. They have like a 67% win rate against Yorkshire and Lancashire clubs and 30% against the rest of England. The
It
turn up
just
for the
shows you
derby,
where
that's-
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Neil said we were shocking for the first 25, 2-0 down by then, and then you're chasing you're
Yeah.
climbing them out, and then are you? So
Yeah.
Harrogate do the business on Derby Day. So fully expect it at the Eco Power as well.
Yeah.
Any other games that we want to touch on? We've just ticked over the 20-minute mark, so
Where-
it's about time to move
Where
to League One.
the hell are Walsall getting this form from?
I don't know, they're doing all right, though, aren't they?
They're doing very well. I mean, that is a pasting. Look at the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute pasting.
Yeah.
Are you
must
friends
play
with
like them.
Colchester fans this year or not, Dan?
Am I what? Sorry.
Are you friends with Colchester fans this year or not?
I think I am. I've not had anything in my comments or on socials or anything. We were quite kind to them in the prediction. I think we've got them.
Yeah, we didn't
Did we have them
tip
ninth?
them to go down.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
even with this result, I think Colchester are building a decent team. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll have a quick look at the table and
I mean,
They're,
look at Alberta Dover
yeah,
in League Two.
mid-table. That's the
Not bad,
first
is it?
defeat in 5.
Yeah.
They've lost 3 this season, 1-2, drawn 3.
They
So it's
have
a
got the
much better
perfect
start.
people in charge, though, if you want to build a team up through the leagues.
Yeah, exactly that.
Cowleys, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
A question to the chat. Is there any other games that you want us to touch on before we have a quick look at the table and move on to League 2?
League One.
League 1, yes, thank you. Oh, I've had a mare. I've not even put my ticker along the bottom. Oh well, we'll do it for League 1. I'll touch on Carlisle against Grimsby as well because
That's a smash and grab, innit? 81 and 90.
yeah, but a cracking game for the neutral. Plenty of shots.
Oh, yeah.
23 shots at goal, only 10 on target. But yeah, 2 teams that look like they went toe to toe, and a game which swung backwards and forwards, wasn't it? Carlisle taking the lead, Grimsby equalising, then Carlisle taking the lead again, and then last 10 minutes, 2 late goals away from home. It makes it.
I can only think that's a very
journey.
knackered Carlisle team trying to get something going, and Grimsby
Yeah.
just had that little bit extra.
Yeah, because Carlisle have had a really poor start to the season.
Mhm.
I think that takes us on to the league table because nobody said any other games that they want to touch on. Carlisle teetering just above the bottom 2. Morecambe and Accrington take up those spots. Accrington obviously had their game postponed because of Wimbledon's pitch. Swindon again not having a great start to the season, and Cheltenham struggling to adjust to life in League 2. MK Dons new manager. Will they get
I
that
am
new manager?
worried
bounce
that this is the season we lose Accrington Stanley.
Yeah, it's looking
And
that way, isn't it?
That kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But we all said the moment they lost their gaffer, it was going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
On
because
MK
they
Dons.
were Mr. Accrington.
Yeah,
Sound,
exactly.
Yeah, it was. On MK Dons, do you think the new manager will give them that bounce to really be at the other end of the table where we think that squad should be?
Possibly.
I don't
mean,
know with NK
They've
Dons.
started to improve. They have started to improve. I mean, they drew at Bromley, didn't they, yesterday, which is a decent result for them.
Yeah.
So,
H-side is going with, I hope not. Bromley tailed off a little bit, no win in 5, but like I say, a decent draw against a decent MK Dons squad, albeit one that's not really firing on all cylinders. But then we go towards the top of the table. Bradford mid-table in 13th at the minute, Grimsby in 11th, Fleetwood doing pretty well at the minute, unbeaten in 3.
They're not having a bad run, have they?
No.
No, and the win
Run
for
away
Chesterfield. The win for Chesterfield has pulled them up to 9th, just outside of the playoffs. Donny, no win in 3, so that needs to change if we've got any sort of aspirations of keeping in touching distance of the top 3. We play one of the top 3 on Tuesday.
Vale are
in
looking
Barrow.
good.
Yeah, Walsall, like you say, Ian, in some decent form, 6 wins out of 8, absolutely flying. But Gillingham 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat, 19 points. Lead the way. They look the real deal.
Also, can we just say about Vale at one point, on one of the shows, we were looking like it was looking a bit rocky. Look at that return.
Yeah, they've done all right, haven't they, in the last 4? 3 wins, 1 draw, which has pulled them up. We're getting to that stage of the season where the table's starting to take shape. There's still quite a lot of swapping and changing to be done, though.
Yeah.
Moving on to League One, it is indeed. Let's get League One ticker on the bottom. Let's not forget that this time. We will start at Shrewsbury with Rotherham. The wait for a win away from home extends to 29 or 30 games, is it?
30. Oh, no, I think it's 40. I don't know.
40?
It's when Adam were a lad. I don't know. I can't remember. It was November 22. It was November 2022 when we won 1-0 at Bramall Lane.
You're starting to see how long it is till you get an away win. We're still waiting for a penalty. We'll see what comes first.
One of them yesterday. Yeah. I weren't there, but I've seen the highlights and I've seen what fans have put and whatnot, and it's still not clicking. It's not clicking at all. We got a probably deserved draw out of this game. If you look at the stats, we got 12 shots, but only 1 on target. What's going on?
It's not a good return, is it?
We edged possession. We edged more or less everything else, but edging it and not getting the not getting the second goal, because when
edging it doesn't get you 3 points, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, when we got the penalty, and it were a penalty, I've seen the thing. It were a bit of a rash challenge by Benin. Clark Harris stuck it away well. Clark Harris didn't start yesterday. He started Hugill up front with Nombe.
Is your keeper still?
Cam made his league debut for us yesterday.
I am surprised, Cam, with how long it's taken, but I think that's probably the right thing. Like, you've been calling for a while that he needs to have a change in net and see if it can change it up a little bit.
Exactly, and the thing is, when Dylan Phillips were in goal, the defence had no confidence in him at all. His distribution were poor. He had a mistake in him in every game, and I don't think, and the fans were getting on his back as well. So I think it were a change were necessary.
I will say this, Ian. As much as you're saying it got to click sooner or later, we had the conversation in the summer in our chat that we have. You have brought in a lot of new players, so it's going to take a while for it to click.
Yes. I would. And it's slowly starting. I mean, bits of it are starting to come together. Defensively, we're still all over the place. But going forward, if you take the Birmingham absolute drubbing aside, forget about that. Going forward, we're starting to look half decent.
I'm surprised you're not defensively strong being an Evans team as well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it's position. I don't know what they do on coaching field sometimes, because an Evans team is supposed to be good at set pieces, both defence and attack. Well, we've been absolutely woeful.
Yeah. I mean, how long Evans last?
I mean, exactly. Well, who knows? I mean, personally, I'd give him his bus fare now. But having said that, the chairman has invested a lot in him, getting him a 3-year contract. So I don't think we can afford to. I mean, the football he plays, guys, is absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah.
It's all Route 1. I mean, I don't know why we bother employing midfielders.
It's really weird. It's really weird how you're saying how it's gone all Route 1, and there's a lot of EFL clubs who are sick of seeing it playing out from the back. Evans had gone back to the old style of Route 1, and it's not working. And I don't know if that's because clubs know what Evans' tactics are, and they're easy to do it.
I think they worked it out,
I think the thing is that's the only thing you're using each week, and you haven't got a plan B.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a plan B.
All they know they need to do is make sure they win that first header, and you lock your attack.
I mean, we've been crying out as fans for width, for wingers to be used. And don't say we've not got wingers, because we have. We've got Humbo, we've got Wilkes, we've got Holmes that are wide men. I mean, against Birmingham, they played Malik Wilkes in centre midfield. I don't know what the hell he were playing at.
He's never
played
At half time, we were a goal down at Shrewsbury, and he started using wingers again. And also, we started to improve a little bit. We started to be getting a few crosses in. Like me. Yeah.
Hey, TIDL of it. Talking about wide men, Evans is also a wide man. Very wide.
We won. Oh yeah. So this week we've got Cambridge, who are rock bottom away. I don't know. I mean, I will put in with Shrewsbury away, Cambridge away, and Reading at home a minimum of 5 points. We can still get there.
Yeah.
But we could
on that
start
then,
winning.
You got Cambridge next game.
Away.
Who gets sacked first?
Well, yeah. But having said that, I mean, they're like that, Evans and Tony Stewart. I can't see him sacking him anytime soon. I can't. But, I mean, if the results don't start improving, he's got a decision to make. I mean, all right, fair enough. We've got a few points now, but it's still not.
He's not one for sacking managers either, is he?
No, not really. Not since he. I mean, last season he sacked 2. He sacked Matt Taylor, and then he sacked Liam Richardson.
Oh, there you go. He used the quota in a year, so he can't do any more yet.
Well, I do think there's an argument for being patient, though. I mean, you look at us last year. We were teetering on potentially non-league football. Had it not been for, in my opinion, for the draw down at Sutton, I think had we not drawn that game and then gone on that run, we could have really been struggling towards the end of the season. So
look at us. We could have quite easily. Chancery could have thrown his toys out the pram with Danny Rull when we got battered versus Huddersfield and gone, well, you're not staying up, and we managed. I think, see where you are come Christmas.
Yeah.
If you're still in that kind of position, maybe you need to rethink it. But the thing is, then you've got the issue: who do you get in to come and try and do a firefighter job in League One relegation?
Also, it won't be able to change the squad either.
No.
You know, I mean, you can tell, there is the January transfer window, but I think we've spent as like playing budget for the entire season by bringing the 13 players in, on which I think will be on pretty decent money. We're just going to have to hope it improves. I don't think the style of football will improve at all, because I think he's set in his ways. But results-wise, it's got to get better. I don't think the fans are very happy. If you look on our forums and whatnot, I think the actual Steve Evans supporters are going down more or less daily, because it's not nice to watch.
No.
I mean, there was nearly 800 there at Shrewsbury. 800 fans of a team that's not won an away game for 2 years. I mean, come on. I mean, that is decent. That's a decent turnout. That.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think the only positive you can get from this weekend is that you didn't lose.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah. If we'd have lost, I mean, the descent would have grown immensely.
Yeah.
So he's still got a chance to put it right with these next 2 games.
We will see what happens. Hopefully, it's the first away win in a long, long time against Cambridge. Yeah. Got to mention Steve Bruce, haven't we? Absolute magician coming in.
When you're talking about new manager bounces,
that's one.
This is a big one, isn't it? Blackpool looking decent. I mean, if we have a quick look at the table, since Steve Bruce has come in,
it's weird. They started looking like they were playing football again. Blackpool.
Great wins.
Unbeaten in the last 4 straight wins. absolute stroke of genius.
All I'll
getting
say
him
is just make sure you don't take your dog for a walk.
But no, looking fantastic. Looking really decent. On
Good
the ball,
appointment
attacking well. Neil said it, Bruce it absolutely flying. Yeah, they're up into the playoffs. Great start for management at Blackpool. Sue's just come in saying, "Shush, we're there on Tuesday night." But I don't think Lincoln have got anything to fear at the minute.
Let's have a look at Lincoln, actually.
Lincoln City aren't Burton Albion, are they?
Look.
No, Jake, you can take this one away, mate, because Bailey Cadamarteri.
He did. Lincoln looked really, really good. They were playing some good football, knocking it around. Lincoln, I'm really hoping Lincoln get playoffs this year because they've been in and around it like a couple of seasons where it's just slowly looking like it's there. And first goal, really good, very well taken. But Bailey's were very much like the way Jad used to take goals. Yeah. The chest down, the concentration, and took it really cleanly. And when we were talking about him going out on loan, one of the places that kept on creeping up was Lincoln. And you look at what they've done for clubs with strikers in the past, they've always done well with them. And the biggest one, if anyone can remember, is Brennan Johnson from Forest. He had a cracking season at Lincoln, then got into Forest first team. And I think today at Spurs, he scored their opener. Yeah. And I think Lincoln have got a very good record of getting loan players and making them a lot better. On the flip side of that, they've got a good record of falling in love with a loan player. Because we've all done it. The number one rule is if a loan player, do not fall in love with him. Yeah. Because for a fact you're going to end up not being able to get him for some reason. And the thing is,
Some are just too good though, mate, aren't they? You've got to fall in love with them.
Yeah. If you don't, it takes away some of your enjoyment from football, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, the one that comes to mind to me is when we had Ogbenny on loan first off, and we ended up actually signing him. Yeah. Which would have, we had him on loan from Brentford, and he would have absolute revelation. And luckily enough, we ended up signing him.
Yeah,
I think the thing is, if you can get a loan player back, then brilliant. We've done it this season with Ugbo. We'll talk about that later. But at the same time, I think if they can keep doing what they're doing, they will do really well. And I think they'll be up there this season. I really do.
Yeah. I'm certain they will.
I also like going to visit Lincoln. Their stadium's just classic. Got a good atmosphere.
It has indeed.
And they get behind the team as well.
Yeah.
The 606 squadron.
Is it? Did you say it's 316? Is it? No.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get told.
Sue, if you're still in the chat, what is your squadron called? I know it's 3 numbers. I might be wrong with that.
And also, Neil, Bailey is the proper chip off the old block. He's also got a younger brother who's going to fun in our academy. So there's another one. So keep your eye on Bailey Cadamarteri and his younger brother as well, because I think they're going to be one for the future.
617. There we go. I think I saw. Where is it? Let me just find the comment. I will be 2 seconds. Wow, the chat's been busy tonight.
Oh, that's good.
It is indeed. John, there you are. So near the start of the show, he said, "Evening all, this football arc is easy, isn't it?" Well, it is when you've got loads of money. It is when you buy the league, John.
It's all right. It's all right when you're Man City of the football league. Just be careful of those pecky charges in about a couple of years' time.
But let's face it. I mean,
they are looking very good, though.
Peterborough have got form for getting a big lead and then chucking it away, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, watching this kind of the results coming in, I thought because I had Birmingham on my accumulator, and then obviously Peterborough went 2-0 up, so I was just keeping one eye on it. We're only joking, John. You have bought the league though. But no, one of the best. I mean, Ian said it last week. Steve Evans has said it, that it's one of the best League One teams that they've seen ever.
It's ever
probably.
Country mile.
Yeah, and it shows here kind of the ability to come from behind, and even 2-0 down, 5 shots, 3 on target, 30% possession for Peterborough. You'd think happy days, 2-0 up away from home, let's hold on to it. But
look, all I'm saying,
John, they're going to break you down, aren't they?
If you go up, I expect your fans at home to have fake money printed off with EFL and just throw it out the crowd when you go up.
Yeah.
But no, I think
it's just a
They are
question
doing
of
well,
who's
though.
finish second.
yeah.
I think the
that's it.
thing is, what we have to also say about Birmingham is it's a new manager doing a first job in football. And that's something else that's really interested to see, because it does help when you have the money, but first job and still being able to do that with that pressure as well helps, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it can be interesting.
John, ATID laid down the gauntlet.
There you go.
You spent some money. You're doing very well. You've got a very good squad, but it's nothing special unless you get over 101 points.
We'll get that by end of March.
And if you get 90 points and you don't go up, you'll have to do playoffs and try and do with us.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great start, isn't it? And it's what's expected. I'm sure they'll continue it. But
I'd like to see what happens after they get beat, because they will get beat. I don't think they'll go and beat.
yeah,
I think
I
their
think
big
they'll
thing
have-
for
they'll
them
have an option.
is, I think the big thing for them is going to be around the Christmas time and when they start doing this week games coming thick and fast.
yeah,
They are the team who have got squad A and squad B.
yeah.
Unlike all of lot who've got squad A with a bit of squad B, and then we've got to go find a youth team player off the park.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right in January.
yeah,
based
done
on
well.
John's comments. So it's put all jokes aside. Interesting news regarding the shares yesterday. Essentially, another £100 million invested into the club. So
They're not messing about, are they? They want this. They want this Prem in 2 years' time, don't they?
yeah, and they're setting themselves up to potentially get there.
Ipswich did it.
Yeah. So there's no
Yeah, but
reason why
not with
Birmingham can't.
not with that level of investment.
Ipswich did have a lot of investment, but a lot of their investment didn't go really on players. It went on behind the scenes infrastructure. So it was more stuff behind the scenes where Birmingham had a little bit of the infrastructure already, but they just improved on what they already had.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you have what they're doing, like, let's talk about Birmingham of what it is. For so many seasons, we have turned around and said, when in the Championship, they've always been on the brink of going down.
Yeah.
I think they actually needed to go down to give the new people their own way of going. This is how it's going to do it. It's a new Birmingham. It's a new way of playing. And I think sometimes relegation can actually humble a team and make them want it even more.
I think you're right. I think you're spot on with that. We are hurtling towards the hour mark, and we've not done the Championship yet. So we will have a quick look at the league table.
Was it yesterday that a Barnsley supporter got engaged at the game? Did I see the video going around?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Thought it was.
If I asked Vicky to marry me at a football game, I wouldn't be married now. It'd have been a straight up no.
I didn't ask my missus to get engaged at Wednesday. I got married at Wednesday. And here's the kicker on this one. I didn't even ask for that one. She suggested it. And I went, oh, no, I don't want that. I'm going, yes.
ATID is ready for talking about Plymouth. Right, let's have a look at the League One table. Down at the bottom, we've got Cambridge, Shrewsbury, Burton. John did say
Bristol
that
Rovers are falling like a stone, aren't they?
big game for Birmingham against Huddersfield and Charlton away. 4 points out of them, and we're laughing. Yeah, I think Charlton will be a toughie. Huddersfield,
I'm surprised Charlton lost it. I'm surprised Charlton lost at Stevenage yesterday.
Yeah. But bottom four, Burton and Bristol Rovers with Shrewsbury and Cambridge. Crawley and Rotherham both on the same points as Bristol Rovers. So a massive game for you guys on Tuesday against Cambridge to pull yourselves away from that and just get a little bit of positivity and a bit of upward trajectory, we'd say. Moving on to the top of the table, we've got Birmingham, obviously. 5 wins out of the last 5, 19 points, yet to lose a game. Wrexham still hot on their tails, only 2 points behind them, but Birmingham do have a game in hand. Lincoln in third, looking very, very good for the money. But look at that top 6, all on 14 points, with 7th on 13. So this is going to be a division where it'll be tight until the end, I think.
This is the division to look at.
Say again here?
Wycombe have started very well.
Yeah.
And they're a team that I didn't think they'd be up there.
Yeah.
But it's still early days, isn't it?
It is indeed. Right. Where do we start? Do we start
to Plymouth? Let's go to Plymouth. I will concede this one because I thought they played excellent versus Luton.
Oh, they were brilliant.
I watched that game going, I am so angry that we didn't get 3 points past them, because I said to a couple of my Plymouth mates, it's like, how do you think we'll do against them? I don't think Luton are that good this season. I really don't. And they have played really, really well.
Those for the first goal. Well, all 3 goals were very good. Yeah.
The thing is that Wayne Rooney, like, we knew it was going to go 2 ways. It was either going to go really badly or Wayne Rooney was just going to settle those players down. And that's what he done. And I think this is good for Plymouth because it shuts a lot of fans up. It humbles a lot of fans. And I think what it also does, it shows that they're slowly building. And I think this is the thing. If you can have a slowly building club like they are doing, their performance was brilliant. You cannot say anything else. I watched that game. I was really impressed with it. It was even nicer because Jack's on holiday with someone who we all know who's a Luton fan. So he absolutely loved it. But their goals were just fantastic. They really were good. He got played.
Very good goals. ATID's come in with a comment saying absolutely delightful performance from Wayne Rooney Shaggers. Probably should have had 5 before half time. To be fair, they did look that good. They were superb. Luton, nothing special. Ibrahim Sissoko can have my kids. Both of his goals is tidy feet, especially on his second. Lovely movement to get into the box. But yeah, wonderful performance. Well deserved of the result, and Luton.
An own ball look rocky.
Luton crap. John said hopefully Rooney's still there next season, so we can give him a warm welcome back to St Andrews.
With how Man United are doing, it won't surprise me if they're looking at Wayne Rooney ready to be the next Man United manager.
Wow.
It is a stupid thing that Man United would do, though.
Yeah,
Come on.
Probably.
It is a stupid. I'm not saying he's ready to the Man United job. Hell no.
Yeah.
He needs to build up have a couple of seasons at Plymouth and get like a couple of decent seasons where he's climbing up the table and stuff. He doesn't want to do what Frank Lampard did, go from Derby to Chelsea.
Yeah.
No.
ATID said a point against Burnley and 3 against Blackburn.
That'd be good.
That'd be tough to get. I mean,
really, especially Blackburn.
I mean, Burnley are in 4th, Blackburn are in 3rd. If you get 4 points from those, I think you're well on the way.
And going into international break, that'd be really good.
Yeah, definitely happy days. I'd err on the side of caution and say you're probably going to get 1, maybe 3, but yeah, to get 4 or more, that would be superb for Plymouth. But based on Friday night's performance,
and also what you said about the EFL Tuesday night game, anyone going to that away on Tuesday night, hats off to you. Plymouth fans, Plymouth fans are a different breed of football fans. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, they are indeed. We'll move. HID said Blackburn is at home. They hate Owen Park. And let's not forget, we got 6 from Sunderland, West Brom and Luton.
Yeah,
so
true.
Maybe 4's not out of the realms of possibility. Ian, Hull City, 120 years celebration. How was your day?
Yeah, it was
4 or 5
It
goals.
was very good. Really
Talk us
enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the day. They put a special commemorative program on, which were 120 pages. It was just a bit less thick than a phone book. It was really good. Good read as well.
Oh, it weren't 100
itself-
pages of adverts. It was actually a decent,
No, it
decent
were a
program
good
with
read.
history and stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Good.
The game itself, Cardiff started very well. There were the better
I agree with ATID. Beautiful
Yes.
shirt for the 120 as well.
Very much so.
Yeah, well, nice shirt. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
on the game,
Cardiff
mate. Take it
started
away.
very well. They had a couple of chances before they scored, but Callum Robinson broke the offside trap, ran through and finished really well. I feel sorry for Callum Robinson because he's a very, very good player in a very, very bad team, in my opinion. It all equalised straight away. That below me, who's a right-sided midfielder, probably could say he's a right winger. I think he's Moroccan. He scored with a cross, basically. It were a cross, and it just happened to find its way in the back of the net. But his second goal were out of this world. It were brilliant. Beats his defender, drew the keeper, and just tapped it over him. 2-1. Half time. Happy days for the Hull fans. Second half came, and they got a lucky third just at that 10 minutes after half time. It was a shot from the edge of the box that took a really bad deflection, beat the Cardiff keeper 3-1, and then Cardiff came more into it. I mean, they had numerous opportunities when it was 3-1 to get back into the game, but they either just scuffed the shot or the keeper saved it. They didn't look the worst, actually, Cardiff, especially going forward. They had opportunities. They fought for the badge, which is the most least you expected of them.
Yeah.
But then, and then just when they were going for it, the last few minutes, Cardiff got a break. All got a breakaway, and the guy got pulled down in the area and a penalty, 4-1. Game over.
Yeah.
But it was an enjoyable watch for the neutral. There were lots of goal-mouth action at both ends. And all deserved the win, but I don't think there were 3 goals between them. But on the 120th anniversary, I mean, it were written, weren't it? So, yeah, I mean, Hull had made a poor start, but now they've got 2 straight wins. So it should sort them out, It should sort them out for the near future, put it that way.
Yeah, it's put them on the right track, hasn't it? And
it has. But it was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I've got fond memories of Hull. Went to uni there. Enjoyed my time. Not too bad a place to live. Enjoyed
Good
it.
uni, actually.
Yeah, took a few games in while I was there as well. So lovely stadium. Decent.
It's a nice stadium, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're well supported as well, aren't they? Like, I think.
22,500 there yesterday.
Yeah, and this is what kind of frustrates me with Doncaster a bit, because I'd say the similar size or potentially similar size clubs being one club cities, and I know there's massive teams around. As you look at Wednesday United, Leeds, they're close by to us. Rotherham have had more success in recent history. Barnsley, you'd argue that they've had a better, more recent period of history as well. Around Hull, there's not really any teams, is there? So that's probably why they're so well supported.
Remember, they're competing with 2 massive rugby league teams as well up there.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, fond memories of Hull. So it's nice to see them back to winning ways. Still, it's a bizarre decision for me getting rid of Rossini, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm
surprised. Is he back in management yet?
Not sure.
I don't think he is.
While you're Googling it, is there any other championship games that you want to talk about, Ian, before we finish on Sheffield Wednesday? Because we're close to the hour.
Yeah, definitely.
He is. He's Strasbourg.
Strasbourg.
Nice. Derby Norwich.
Yeah.
Derby Norwich, take it away, and then we'll finish with Sheffield Wednesday because I think Jake's got quite a lot to say about that game. He's a happy bunny.
For once.
Well, all I can say about the Derby Norwich game is the referee. Oh my God, the referee! I mean, Norwich's first goal, it was a full yard over the line before he crossed it, and I think the second goal was out of play as well. The standard of refereeing in the EFL. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're League Two or Championship. It's abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal. And if I were a Derby fan, I'd be absolutely fuming with those
I think we
decisions.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it was Oliver Langford. He's wank.
Oh, is it Langford? Yeah.
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 No, send them more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. Ian. I mean, the highlights show it clearly. It's a difficult job, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
It is a tough
not
job.
quite-
I'm not. It's
it's
hard.
not quite up to play,
It is
you've got
when you're a
a
tosser,
slightly
yeah.
different angle. We're lucky as fans though watching. I know we've had a poor referee this weekend, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. As fans, we
The
get
worst
we
one
get
I ever
replays.
saw, the worst one I've ever seen is an EFL game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you remember him? Trevor Kettle.
Oh,
Yeah.
What an
yeah, he's
absolute-
certainly not on my Christmas card list.
Oh, God.
Chardy, Derby should get 3 points because they're massive and too big for the Championship. and Lolo, refs in general seem to be getting worse, and I think
Yeah, they do.
is it that some of them are part-time? It's not a full-time job, so the kind of
I think-
referee.
I think for
Every now
me,
and then.
The majority of them are.
I think for me, refereeing standards changed back in. It felt like it was like 2010, 2011. Refereeing seemed to went downhill,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
we were all hoping that with the referee board, people who run it now, top referee when he was doing it. Forgotten his name. What's his name?
Webby?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Top of it when he's doing, you would thought that kind of standard would trickle down, and it
Yeah.
hasn't.
No,
And the problem is, referees are getting older, and nobody wants
Yeah.
the job of the referee. Now, I'm all for referees being given more support, but it's the way the support is used that is the issue. It's used badly, so that then makes it all we want from referees is to be consistent week in, week out. They are human, but some of the mistakes this make drive you insane.
they do.
And also-
they do indeed.
Also, sometimes when they tend to fit to, I mean, if the rubbish for both sides, fair enough. But
Mm.
some of them do tend to favour one team over the other.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe on the sidelines you think that, and it might not turn out to be the case. But as far as, I don't know, standards are concerned, it's just not getting any better. And the thing that really riles me is, no matter how bad these referees perform, they're not sanctioned. Nobody ever questions them.
Yeah, but
on an official
there isn't enough referees to go about to sanction them. That's the problem.
Yeah,
We haven't got enough referees to then say you're missing this game.
Yeah. John said that he'll take this now. Take crap decisions over VAR every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I completely agree with that.
Yeah,
I'd sooner be debating poor refereeing decisions than have VAR spoiling the game down at this level.
Yeah.
ATID, my uncle's called Keith. He's a very nice fella.
We haven't even spelt it right.
no, he hasn't. Right, we're digressing. Jake, Chef Wednesday 3, West Brom 2.
I have
Your wonderful
no idea where
White
this
Wizards
result.
absolutely ruined my
I
accumulator
don't
this
know where
weekend.
this result came from. I generally
I.
don't.
West Brom on
because-
the accumulator, fuming.
I didn't never bet on Wednesday.
I didn't. I bet against you.
Oh, you bet against them, didn't you? Yeah, true. Well, don't bet on West Brom. Here's the thing. Going into this game, I was worried we were going to get absolutely spanked because we'd had refereeing results twice in a row not go our way. You pick up 3 points versus those two games. and you win this one, you play off. But we didn't. But here's the thing. For me, we played really well. We attacked them. We put that high press that we do every week really well. West Brom weren't in that game the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
For first 45 minutes, they were naff, and we took advantage of that. Marvin Johnson has a shot. It was going wide, comes off Dan Furlong, but he took the chance. That's what you asked for.
Sorry, mate. We're digressing from the football, but I before he accepts after C. Keith doesn't begin with a C, therefore it's a stupid name.
But
carry on, mate.
You look at it like we're trying to get things going forward, and with what happened in the actual match and during the match, we tried to tell the referee, the fans was chanting from the one end to say stop the game. Now the rules state that the fans are not to dictate what's going off in the stands. A rule they put in from 2022 because it was happening a lot. But one of our players got booked for like trying to actually get the attention, but it went on for a while. But they just didn't seem to be in the right flow. Westbrook. It's like they was on an away day and the game was too early for them, kind of thing. And they weren't in the drive. The pass for Josh Windass' goal, it doesn't get the credit it deserves. Akinfenwa to just see him on the run and go, he's gone, and just play that ball. Josh Windass put something on LinkedIn about saying sometimes it's not about communication. Maybe sometimes it's just eye to eye, where you just see each other's eyes and you go.
Yeah.
And he just hits it, and Josh knew exactly where it was going. I love headers like this as well, by the way. They're my favorite goals to see scored because they're actually harder than people think. Because you've got to get the neck muscle just right for the placement. And he just dinks it over him.
And a goal for Villa today.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And you go in at half time, 2-0. We probably should have a little bit more. They had an excellent chance, and Beadle made an excellent stop for it. But then that same old Wednesday starts to creep in, where we take the foot off the pedal and we don't press them more. And they changed it. They brought Moa in midfield, which helped them because they didn't have any bite in midfield. They then had bite in midfield. They managed to turn it around a little bit, and we start to sit back a little bit too much. Josh Madger's goal, really good taken, but I don't know why I went to play behind him and not in front of him. That's just poor defending. If you're going to defend it, you need to be in front of him. And their second just frankly pissed me off because it's from a corner originally, and there's a throw-in. You don't concede goal from a throw-in in this day and age. We're not talking Rory Delap throw-ins and it's like a corner. Yeah. The technique that he took it on, though, was incredible. The volley just hit over. And if Beadle's a little bit tall, he probably saves that. But it's the bounce on the floor that hides how good a shot it is. And at that point, I was literally going, here we go again. Wednesday are going to throw this away, been the better team. And it's down to another case of Wednesday not being able to concentrate for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But the ball to Bannon from Max Lowe is really good. And then Bannon to slough it into Masaba to get the winner was really well taken. And I don't want to hear anyone do... Bannon, say what you'll say about him. He's 34 years old and he's still doing it at his level. And he does so much running. It's insane. If you want to show a player, a kid growing up, how to look after himself, that's the person at the minute. If you're looking at in a competitive way. But we get all 3 points and we deserved it. It's nice to be sat here talking about a game where the referee was crap, by the way, because they probably should have had a penalty at the other end because it does hit Michael Smith's arm. But sod you all. I've had 2 games on the trot and referees. I'm taking a bit of luck. Sod off.
I think for me, Jake, that just kind of balances out the goal that you conceded or the penalty that was given against Luton. And I'm a strong believer that over the season, decisions will balance themselves out.
It's still 500 days without a penalty, though.
Yeah, here it is.
I'm just worried when we get
spend more
our
time
first
in the box.
penalty. Well, the thing is, I'm worried when we get our first penalty, they're going to know how to do one.
Yeah, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Who is your designated penalty taker?
It's
Not
normally
difficult.
Have you
Michael
got one?
Smith. Michael Smith with the last one who scored one, so it's Smithy if he's playing.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, no, cracking result against a very good West Brom team.
I think this was the result that no one saw on Saturday, like the result on Friday with the Plymouth result.
Yeah.
I think for me is it's a busy week of games now. We've got Bristol City on Wednesday night, and then we got Coventry on Saturday. And you know
Coventry?
what? Coventry could be could be the good time for us to play them because they're not clicking yet. But I know what will happen.
I've got to put this comment on. Bannon is an okay player, but he needs to accept that the hair loss.
Oh yeah,
Just
he
shave it
really
off.
does. You know what's really annoying about this as well? Him and Stephen Fletcher went to the same place for the hair transplants. Are you seeing Stephen Fletcher's hair at Wrexham? It worked. I don't know what
Barry's in
Barry
Stephen's head as
did.
well.
Yeah, I just don't know what Barry did to like not keep it right. It's just like admit it, you're going bald and saying because the comb over is just so Bobby Charlton, we don't need it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Stress off. Right, we are well beyond the hour mark. I think next week we will start on the Championship and spend a little bit more time in this division.
Oh,
and
John,
then-
he had the hair transplant when he was at Wednesday. We were paying him stupidly good money.
It was, yeah. But yeah, we'll start in the Championship, spend a little bit more time in this division, and then we'll move down the leagues next week. So let's have a quick look at the table. Starting at the bottom, Cardiff and Pompey yet to win a
Good
game.
result
But
for Pompey
Pompey,
though versus Sheffield United.
yeah, I think
Not win, draw. Sorry. Point.
good result against a very good Sheffield United team. But I think that win's coming for me for Portsmouth. I think they've had a difficult start. They've played some really good teams within the division. I think once they start playing kind of teams in and around this area, we'll start to see them putting points on the board. I think they've got a capable squad of getting some wins if it's enough to keep them up. I think time will tell on that one.
Cardiff for me all depends on whoever they bring in.
Yeah, definitely. And Preston having a really tough start to the season. They're a team that we always say they're just a staple of Championship football. You expect them to be kind of mid-table along with Stoke. Both teams struggling at the start of this season. Luton down from the Premiership, having a tough start to life back in the Championship. Sheffield Wednesday, it's looking a bit more positive after that win, Jake. 7 points. Still, it's tight, isn't it, down at the bottom, and it will be for a long, long time. And probably until the last game of the season.
The 39 games to go, and you've seen what Wednesday did last season. I think some of the results of consistency coming for us. It's just that big word consistent. And I was saying to someone today, I think the last team that was properly consistent in the Championship were probably Brentford back in the day. Because there hasn't seemed to be a really consistent team in a while with that, like parachute payments.
Yeah.
But yeah, Burnley, maybe a couple of seasons back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the parachute payments have not really helped Luton out that much, have they, at the minute?
No.
Plymouth, a couple of good wins in their last three, have pulled them up to
Looking
16th. Hull, 2 wins on the bounce have pulled them up to mid-table in 12th. Oxford.
Here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we've got to mention Oxford and Derby both coming up from League One and taking Championship football pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Looking at the top six,
well.
Looking at the top 6, West Brom and Sunderland, although both teams got defeated on yesterday, they still remain first and second. Blackburn up to third with Burnley in fourth, Leeds in fifth, and Sheffield United retain that final playoff spot with Watford hot on their heels. So yeah, very close. Will be for some time.
Just a quick one on Joff Maja. That's 7 in 7.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, decent. And to finish off, before we fully round off and have his final say on this episode, we've got the EFL Fantasy League. Not a good week for me. 26 points again. Luke Molyneux, I thought I'd trust him. I'd put him back in. I'd captain him. and he got sent off. And it's a double-headed week as well, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
he's
can't
stuck
change
in
it,
there.
can you?
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll drop probably further down the table. So yeah, I'm in 19th at the minute, still above Max though, so I'm happy about that. I've got bragging rights for now. Jonathan
About
dropped
3
down to
points.
15th. If you see your name on here, get it in the chat. Let us know whereabouts you are in the table. We've got John up to 14th. Lolo's dropped down to 12th. Lizzie's dropped down to 10th. We've got
I've
Ian,
dropped
you've
down
dropped
to
down to 8th.
Yeah, bad week.
Yeah, and then Lee is still in second with Adam still in first. 508 points. That's some total, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cracking start.
Mm.
ATID said that he's not involved. He's got no attention span for it.
I think for
I
me,
think I'm
I just
demonstrating that
forget.
my attention span's pretty poor for it as well.
I'm with you, ATID.
But no, if you are not involved and you want to get involved, it's the 72 Review League on Fantasy AFL. Get joined in, and
You know
it's
what? I might
great
actually
in
just
the
give it
season.
our last. I
Yeah.
might actually just let our laugh bill put and put it under my name.
Do it. Good bit of fun. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, what have I done there? There we go.
She won't won a fantasy league at work, and she didn't really keep an eye on it.
Oh, nice.
At the end
Well,
of
no.
the season, it's like, "Oh, you've won." It's like, "Have I?" It's like, "Yeah, what have I won? £100. Take that."
Thank you very much. But no, that brings us to the end of episode 78. I feel much better after a dreadful Saturday for me. It is a therapy session more than anything else on a Sunday
Your therapy
evening.
session is now over.
Yeah, I need to pay these guys. But no, Ian, any final words to round this video off, mate?
As always, enjoyable, gets a lot off your chest. Therapy session and a just good chat with two good mates about football.
Easy as that. Jake, any final words, mate?
Keep your loved one tight. As we said at the beginning of the show, to the family there that hasn't got it, make sure you just things can be repaired if there's like arguments and stuff. I'm a big believer in don't say something that you're going to regret or something like that. Just make sure everything's good. At the end of the day, we're football fans, and football fans deserve to go home after the thing. And sadly, one hasn't this weekend, and we think of the family and the friends.
Yeah. On that, is it worth people, if you get the opportunity, learning CPR?
Yes.
Now, I'm a first aider at work. I know how to do it, so I'd like to think that if I was in that situation, I'd be able to assist in some way. But I think if you get the opportunity, do it, because you may save a life. Regardless of,
I wonder if there's an object of having, especially for away fans and home fans, but away fans, if you are like somebody who does all the away travel or something, you have that person
SLO, something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Have someone who's a couple who are that there who have spotted in different bits of it. So if it does happen, there's one there.
Yeah.
If you are on the board of trusts as your clubs as the supporting engagement, maybe it's worth just giving them a nudge saying, I'd like us to have this, and this for away
like
games. So there's somebody here who knows it, who go to a game regularly, but the club turn around and say, right, if you're going to do it and you know you go regularly, we're going to bring you in and do a CPR course with our medical staff.
Yeah.
Have a word with your EFL clubs. It's worth doing because knowing CPR will save a life.
Yeah. I mean, ATIDs, but have stewards that don't take 10 minutes to respond. There is that part. There's people there employed to do
but
a job.
the problem is ATID. Stewards are stewards. There's some of them are 16-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids.
Yeah, sixth form students.
They are not there to. They should be back in the day. All stewards had to have some sort of form of CPR and had to have a level of experience. It's gone are the days of that.
Yeah, I think this is an argument that football clubs, or a discussion that football clubs should certainly be having with who they employ to ultimately safeguard fans. That's what stewards do.
A lot of our stewards at New York Stadium, the sixth formers, you know, and a lot of them, I mean, like little 16-year-old girls that are just like in the lower sixth, what are they going to do if there's a riot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a body
think-
at the end of the day.
I think there's got to be safeguarding and sort of safety protocols in place, though. But ultimately, if you're stood next to somebody, you should, or hopefully, be able to help if you can. So, my original point: if you've got the opportunity to learn CPR, take it. Because if you're at away games and you travel a lot, or even at home games, and there's somebody there that's in difficulty, you could be that person that saves their life, regardless of other people's actions, response times, whatever it is. You could be that person. So I think I'm going to end it on that. If you've got the opportunity, take it, learn it. It could be absolutely life-saving in the long run. But no, that's the end of episode 78. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you have a fantastic week. Midweek football, full fixture list, and Saturday. So there's a potential for a week to be ruined and a weekend, or it could be an absolute fantastic one. We will see next Sunday at 6:30 on the 72 review. Hope to see you there. Bring people along. If you're watching this on repeat, like, comment, subscribe to all of these guys, and we will see you in the next one.